Everybody. These are my friends. A lot of them.
Friends.
There he is. Hi, sweetie.
Hello. Good morning, everybody.
And we're live. Hello. SPTV. Hello. Hi, everybody. Happy 4th of July. And it is Independence Day from those pesky Brits. I'm looking at one of my favorites right down here in the back. Stay Sperria. I love you. Sorry. I know they've been teasing me saying Happy Treason Day, you know. There was a reason for the treason. just like Jesus is the reason for the season. Anyways, hi, everybody. Whether you celebrate freedom, independence, whatever, today or every day, hopefully, or you're American or non-American, whatever, hello, welcome. And we're going to talk freedom today. We're going to talk about it. I always say that I invite people to talk about things. And I don't want to be, I want to be true to my word. I have been for the past, week or so, kind of dancing around a certain subject, tiptoeing around it, really not wanting to address it. And I'm glad because I don't want to react to my emotions and just whenever anything happens, just hit the live button and just emote all over you. So I've been taking some time. And I spent some time with my kids yesterday. Well, one of my kids, my daughter, with her stepkids, and I made pasta salad and we floated in the pool and we had a great time. And last night, I'll talk about some of last night in a minute, but I made potato salad for today. So my kids are coming later. Hopefully all my boys, hopefully all my kids are coming, and we're going to have a good old-fashioned family time here in the holler. So I want to stay positive as much as I can, but there's times when I feel like I need to speak. And so I've gotten several messages and emails and Facebook, PMs, comments asking me to weigh in on the current situation. I have touched on it a week or two ago about the DOA and Becky Pinche and all that. And I just like, hey, I'm not taking sides. I'm not, whatever. It's obviously gone beyond that. And now there's a charity involved. Why does it always seem like a charity is involved? It's just awful. And people are asking me to weigh in on that. Well, guess what? You want to know my position? My position has not changed from day one. Way before the protests started, my position has always been that I am in support of all the survivors, of all the second gens. I love them all. I am for them all. Now, do I agree with everything they do and say? No. Do they agree with everything I do and say? I'm sure they don't. I know they don't. I hope they don't. So that is not the matter here. And I'm not going to be gaslit or bullied into thinking that I'm making a choice between one group of second gens and other second gens. I look at them as a family. I look at them as a unit. They are the second gens, and they might have their squabbles, but you know what? They have shared an experience. And they have friendships that have spanned decades. And who am I? I'm nobody to go in and start sorting out the bodies. I love them all. I care about them all. And I don't think that a certain person who has pretty much gotten troll status in my eyes at this point, should be holding some of them up as, as a weapon or a human shield. You know, I I'm done with that. I'm done with that. And I'm not choosing sides. I'm saying what I feel is right. And um no one said it better than Jenna Miscavige last night. um I heard with my own ears what DOA had to say, what his threats were about anyone protesting out in front of Big Blue or wherever that support the SPTV Foundation. And I didn't get to do it right before I hopped on here, but the minute that I'm done here, I'm going to make a donation to the SPTV Foundation. And I would encourage you to, if you have the means, even $1, $5, if you can. And I put the link below in the description if you'd like to donate. I'd like to make this a pop-up fundraiser, if you don't mind. So I want to turn it around and make it a positive thing. So, okay, I want to show you a clip from last night. I'm going to go through it. I'm going to play the entire segment of the live that Aaron and Jenna did last night. The fabulous, amazing Barb Tattoo Warrior was not available last night, so I filled in for her, which, hey, it's a big shoes to fill. I definitely didn't do it justice, but I was backstage starting questions and comments, and I was surprised at what they had to say, and I confirmed it by watching what they referred to later on, and I heard it with my own ears. So I'd like to play it for anyone who hasn't heard it.
There certainly are people who have essentially announced that they have dedicated themselves. They are dedicated to definitely making it less fun and trying to limit people's willingness and ability to participate. I mean, there's one person in particular who just in the last couple of days has announced that he fully intends to counter protest any members of SPTV or anyone who supports the SPTV Foundation. That is just about as destructive of a statement that someone could possibly make with respect to this movement. That type of destruction, I think, can and should and must be called out, because it's, I mean, how much lower could somebody possibly stoop to than saying that someone who's never been in Scientology, has only been involved for 6 months, is going to take it upon themselves to make former Scientologists uncomfortable protesting Scientology. And he even said he was going to counter protest anyone who showed support for any of the former Scientologists who are involved in the SPTV Foundation. Now that is someone who's an enemy of the entire movement, meaning that language, that activity, that is what an enemy of the movement actually sounds like and looks like.
So I don't know in what world that would be okay to do that, to threaten the second gens that they have supposedly been trying to help for the past 6 months. So, like I said, no one says it better than Jenna Miscavige. So let's hear what she had to say.
I literally can't imagine somebody more disgusting who comes into a movement in January pretending to want to help kids who grew up in Scientology, gains followers and support through that movement, and then now says that if those same people who worked as child slave laborers in the buildings on Hollywood Boulevard and L. Ron Hubbard Way, and he says that if they come there to protest the church that they dedicated half of their lives to, that he is going to bullhorn them down, gains followers and support through that movement, and then now says that if those same people who worked as child slave laborers in the buildings on Hollywood Boulevard and L. Ron Hubbard Way, and he says that if they come there to protest the church that they dedicated half of their lives to, that he is going to bullhorn them down. It is disgusting and despicable. It is so infuriating and such a waste of what so many people have dedicated so much of their lives to, have risked so much to speak out about Scientology. Now, I don't want to give him credit for being able to do that, but it is just disgusting. And not only that, but to bully people who still want to support that people, saying if you continue to support them, that you will shout them down, bullhorn them down. It's despicable. It's the actions of a bully. I literally have more respect for David Miscavige because he's not pretending to be a nice guy. He's not pretending to be on our side. It's disgusting.
Yeah. That is, and I want to make it clear. I'm not saying this person is, I never say anyone's OSA. And I'm not saying that about this person. I'm not saying this person has been turned or anything like that. I'm saying this person has joined a movement and now dedicated themselves to destroying the movement while continuing to pretend that he's trying to protect it. This is what true destruction looks like. This is what true infiltration looks like. Now, that makes it sound like he's working on behalf of Scientology because I'm calling it infiltration. No, I guess I'm calling it another type of infiltration. Infiltration of a movement by a destructive element who is actually intent on destroying it. The irony here is that it wasn't even done by Scientology.
That's right. Yeah.
So I'm just stopping for a minute. So this whole segment that I'm playing is called Calling Out the Real Bad Actor. So I'm going to keep playing it until the end of the segment.
Yep.
Yeah.
And saying that they're doing it to entertain people, that's disgusting.
Yep. And turning friends against each other, weaponizing, trying to weaponize certain former Scientologists against other former Scientologists, trying to pretend to give a shit about second gens while actively trying to destroy second gens and a foundation that's staffed by second gens. Like, it really is what evil looks like in this movement. And it absolutely deserves to be called out. And people need to know that they need to stand up to it.
Yeah. And pretending to ask innocent questions publicly that have no base. Like, there's no evidence that.
So I just want to stop there for a second and address something as that Jenna said about saying she had more respect for Dave Miscavige because at least he doesn't pretend to be a nice guy. I would add ZDT to that as well, because at least we know what he's about. He doesn't pretend to be a nice guy. So I just wanted to add that as well.
That these things are a concern or anything like that. Pretending to word them as questions and saying, "Oh, I can't ask questions. Are we in a cult?" It's so deceptive and so disgusting.
Totally. The only way something like that sort of infiltration and destruction can succeed is if people somehow manage to be bullied into silence, or bullied into cooperation. And, even though this type of insidious infiltration is evil and it's destructive and it can do some damage, I still feel that the nature of this movement, being YouTube based as it is such that because we are all individuals doing our own thing, and yet we choose to work with the people or collaborate with the people that we're friendly with, it's still something that even if it does some damage, can't actually tear anything down. What it can do is make the space unpleasant enough that it limits participation and activity. But because so many of us are still just so dedicated to doing what we're doing for our own reasons, it can't actually derail the movement. It can only be a huge destructive distraction for as long as people are willing or bullied into putting up with it.
That's right. Yeah. And I, for one, I grew up in Scientology. I will definitely not be bullied out of my space by that person. So
yeah,
I'm staying right here. I will continue with what I'm doing. This is just another blip. And yeah, I'm here to
and
say
that is why the title of this video is This is War. Okay? Scientology might be fighting a war against us, but we're fighting our own war. Okay? And someone who's just found out about Scientology 6 months ago wants to threaten a group of second gens who've been fighting this war for years and years and years, I'll call that fucking bluff any goddamn day. So the next time I'm in Los Angeles, you want to show up and you want to threaten me and you want to counter protest me, make my fucking day. Let's see who you really are. Let's show everyone who you really are the day you show up to counter protest second gen former Scientologists who are protesting the cult they have left. Let's show the world who the fuck you really are. That's why this video is called This is War.
Absolutely.
All right. Yeah, I really didn't want to play that, but I felt like it was necessary to let it all play through because I'm gonna go on record, and it has nothing to do with Aaron. Whether you like Aaron or not, I want to ask you: do you want these second gens to get their therapy, to get education, to be free from tyranny and from coercive control? And I'm seeing in this very space people being bullied and threatened and put under fear. And I'm not going to do it. If it's my last breath, I'm not. I'm not. I'm going to be free to say what I want to say, to do what I want to do. And again, this has nothing to do with this second gen or that second gen or who's fighting with who or who disagrees with who. There is a bad actor that is just spilling whatever venom day and night. I can't listen to it. I can't. People do send me clips. I don't even want to see them. But there was one thing that I saw, and this is absolutely sickening to me, is just the grasping at straws, the bringing up Doug Scott Kramer. Stop. You didn't know him. You only been around for 6 months. And let me tell you, I do not throw his name around. But I did talk to him many, many nights, sometimes for 5 or 6 hours at a time. And you know who he had talked about that he absolutely adored, that he knew for many, many, many years? I'm going to name drop who he talked about. Marisa. He talked about Kelly Copter. He talked about Blow Drill. He talked about Liz Gale. I can't remember. I know there were others as well. Marcus, right? Didn't talk about anybody that you're supposedly speaking for, you know? And I'm not like all like, oh, I'm going to throw my earrings off and be like, keep Doug's name out your mouth. That's not my style. That's not my style. But come on, dude. Come on. Cut the shit. Thank you, poet. Thank you, poet. Yeah. What the actual AF. Damn it, Doug. It does it to me every time. All right. Let's do this because I think Doug would want us to. Whenever I started to cry, he would pop this shit up. So it's motherfucking tea time, you guys. Cheers, Stace. I see you in the background. You look like you got something strong. Okay. So with that said, I just want to show you a couple of things that I saw this morning that helped me put things into perspective. And yeah, and then I'll go through your comments. And thank you everyone for being here. Whether you agree with me or not, thank you for being here. And as long as it's okay if you disagree with me, as long as you are respectful, I'll take your comments and your questions. Okay. 1 sec. Ready? Okay. So since we're talking about freedom, I thought, hey, why not define it, right? So we have, oops, sorry about that. I always have pop-ups that come up because I'm lazy and I don't like to do oops. Sorry about that. But anyways, you see my charity has 4 new views. All right. Definitions from Oxford Language Dictionary. This is freedom. definition of freedom: the power or right to act, speak, or think as one wants without hindrance or restraint. Okay, there are types of freedom. I don't know why it's not letting me undo that. Okay. Three types of freedom. The first kind of freedom is freedom from the constraints of society. Second is freedom to, a freedom to do what we want to do. Thirdly, there is freedom to be, a freedom not just to do what we want, but a freedom to be who we were meant to be. And then this is human freedoms: the freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, and freedom from fear. So unfortunately, I'm seeing a lot of fear lately. And that's not okay. And I don't think people should be bullied or threatened or intimidated. And I'm not intimidated, because believe me, I might seem like I'm weak, but as they used to say, Virginia Slim Light 100 longs or whatever, I've come a long way, baby. And I'm not going anywhere. I'm not going anywhere. And I think that I have demonstrated that I do care about this community, that I care about every single one of the second and third gens. And I'm here. I may not be on the horn, calling them out. I don't know what to say at this point. All I know is I'm here. And I'm gonna support the SPTV Foundation. So if that means that I'm gonna get some heat, it means I'm gonna lose a ton of subscribers today, I don't give a flying fuck. I don't, because I'm gonna do what I feel is right. And I might not always be right, but I'm always gonna be honest with you guys. So I just want to pop up another thing here. Okay, so this is, let's see if it showed up. Yes. All right. Yeah, I'm sure you've seen this before. SPTV Foundation. Why we do this: when people leave Scientology, they often find themselves without a support system. Due to Scientology's policy of disconnection, individuals leaving the organization are cut off from their family, friends, and essentially everyone they have known for the vast majority of their life. Scientology has staff dedicated to monitoring these connections closely, even policing social media and encouraging members to report on others lest they too get into trouble. Because of this disconnection policy, it can be difficult for individuals to find work, housing, healing, and a community. After a lifetime of trauma and indoctrination, it often takes time to adjust to mainstream society while processing everything they have been through and rethinking concepts that they have believed to be true their entire lives. Even many years after leaving, members are still processing the side effects of extreme childhood neglect, sexual abuse, lack of education, physical abuse, mental manipulation, and extreme overwork. None of this dissipates the moment they walk out the door. It takes years to process what they have been through and to learn healthy coping mechanisms. We are here to support this process and are committed for the long haul. So I'm committed for the long haul. And do you see anything wrong with what's said here? Do you see anything untrue with what is said here? Do you see anything that's not worth supporting with what is said here? I don't. And I'm going to support it because I want them to get their therapy, to get their education, to get things that they need, whether I agree with them or not, whether people, get along or not. This is a space where people have been traumatized. They need support and they need love, unconditional love, and not ultimatums. So I will leave it at that. Like I said, I'm going to support the SPTV Foundation. And I'm making a donation as soon as I hang up here with you, all y'all. And I would encourage you, if you are able to, and you support the SPTV Foundation, that you would as well. Even $1, $5, anything helps. So Thank you, Stace, for starring questions and comments. Love you. Susie O, I call her. But first coffee, Susie Oberholt. She's got this mug as well. I know, right? Isn't it? Isn't it? I love you, Susie. Okay. Okay. Let's go through some of these questions and comments. Constance June. Oh, thank you so much. Oh, this was a while ago. Really, really appreciate you, Constance June. And I got 5 new cups. Yes. It's raining cups. Hallelujah. It's raining cups. Amen. Thank you so much. Bonita Cosa. Hey there, member for 1 month. Thank you so much. Hi, Marilyn. Rabbit video last night was excellent. Yes, I caught that. I was making potato salad. It had to be midnight. It had to be. Whoa, you guys hear that? A big truck going by. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Put this one up. That's what I was commenting on. Yeah. Glad she did it. I know she didn't want to have to do it. It seemed like the last thing she wanted to do as well, but I agree with her that I support second gens, and I'm not going to have words put in my mouth. I'm not going to be bullied or intimidated. And you know what? You pushed me, I will say something, and I am. So that's all there is to it. And I'm willing to take the fallout too. Oh my God. Thank you so much, Pup Groomer. Love you. Thank you so much. 5 more members. I gotta sing again. It's raining cups. Hallelujah. It's raining cups. Amen. Thank you. Thank you so much. I can't believe I got 10 new cups. Thank you. Indigo Twin. Hi there. Thank you so much for the super chat. I support the fight against Scientology. I hope we can heal and help each other. I support getting people out and ending Scientology. End the cycle. All voices matter. Yes. And I agree with that. And I don't want any of you to feel discouraged and to walk away. And that is one of the biggest reasons why I walk up to this chair, as Kelly Copter would say, and talk about things when they need to be talked about, when I feel like they need to be talked about, because let's just talk about it and move on, and be stronger for it. So, yeah. Oh, I could drive to Boston Harbor. Boston Harbor. Inappropriate. I'm dumping my tea in the toilet to celebrate. I don't have tea. A harbor nearby. Oh God, there's gonna be, yeah. And our mod chat is gonna be off lively later. I can see that now. That is hilarious. Chatty Kathy. Hi there. Hello, Marilyn. You always keep it real. I try. I'm blurry. If I'm silent, I'm thinking about it, or I'm just trying to have some restraint, or things are going great. But I like to talk about positive things too. I like to joke around. I like to talk about all the things. Oh. Stage of Flow Days. I'm so sick of hearing about the drama. I just want conversation and fun. Why can't it stop? I hear you. And I haven't talked about it, but now I am, because I feel like I just want to, okay, whatever, here it is, and let's move on. I want to see some game nights going on. I want to see some healing going on. I agree. I absolutely agree. DT30, well said. We don't all have to get along, and if some don't, we certainly don't need to insert ourselves in their disagreements. Absolutely. Yes. I agree. Okay. All right, just going through some of these. Kate Vanderkolm. Nobody messes with Jenna. That's right. Yeah, she's very strong. Yeah. Joel McCoy. Hey there, friend. Hope you're doing well. True colors. We have been shown DOAs. This is how human interaction can be very sad. I have witnessed this before. We must try to look beyond this. He will fade away if we keep up the fight. Sir Crepitus, hi there. Thank you for being here. Comment. The streamers of SPTV community speaking out against the bullying are 100% right. Something about Jenna speaking about it that makes me even more angry about that bully. And I'm proud of her for doing that. Definitely. George Massey, hey there. Oh, George. In this space, we should be amplifying the voices of the second gens, not silencing them. Okay, and I'm not gonna read the rest of that because we don't call names. Oh, George. Just because you're British, you think you're gonna call people names. Oh, you're so funny. Oh, Lemon Kello, welcome. Steel claps for you. I got a new cup. Thank you so much for joining. And Silence says, member for 3 months. Thank you so much. Fists raised. Yes. Awesome. Love it. Love it. Holy crap. What? CJ, my never an avatar. Oh my God. Thank you. What? And Sir Crepitus. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Eat pizza. You guys are too much. Thank you. Love you so much. Thank you. I can't even believe it. I can't believe it. Wow. Okay. I gotta recover from this. Thank you. And okay, still claps. And it's raining cups. Hallelujah. It's raining cups. Amen. Like 15 more. Whoa. Rose gold. Onward and upward. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. And if you can put, even like I said, $1 or $5 into the donation kitty, we want to see those sec gens get what they need, get the support that they need. So I like these like pop-up fundraisers. Oh, all right. Hit the like. Yes. Thank you, Dr. MLS. I appreciate that so much. Amazing. What? You're going to make me cry. Oh my God. I'm so happy about all the Cubs. Thank you so much, Mischief Manage. You are amazing. There's going to be so many people that are going to get gifted memberships that probably don't even know about it. But anyone who got a gifted membership, please, as Rabbit says, put a heart in the chat to whoever did it. I think that is awesome. Thank you so much. Okay, I got some more comments and questions. From a poet, ain't nothing wrong with asking questions. The pisser is you got to accept the answers, even if you don't like the answers. Yeah. And if you're asking, which you're still allowed to ask questions, even if you're doing it to be facetious or you're doing it to kind of incite people, like just making stuff up, but framing it as a question. That's, it's not cool. But like you said, if you don't want the answer, don't ask the question. So, Indigo Twin, Jenna said it best. To protest people who were abused by the cult is despicable. Abso-freaking-lutely. And that's where I draw the line. And that's why I have been a mama bear about this from the beginning, as far as really coming behind and in front of and around the second gens and being a staunch supporter of them. Feral Cheryl has a whole load of very British words to say about DOA. Oh boy. Then I'm keeping to myself. Oh, you get a gold star for that, Feral Cheryl. Awesome. Oh, love you, Liz. You do not seem weak, Mama. Thank you, honey. Sometimes I feel it, but I will rally. And I don't know if everybody's seen this yet, but I got this from one of our friends that I'm sure you've seen in the chat, Kimberly Gabaldon, I think her name is. I have a hard time pronouncing it, but she sent me this mama bear, and look how sweet she looks, but it says, try me. And when you try her, she goes, That's how I feel sometimes. Oh. Lisa Kelson, Marilyn, you always say exactly what I'm thinking. Thank you for being a voice of truth and reason for all of us. Thank you. I appreciate that. It's tough because when you say what other people are thinking and they wish they could say or want to say but don't, yeah, it's like whatever, bring it on. Here I am. Blow Drill, hey Dylan, it takes a lifetime to cope with this process. It takes being humble in a support structure. Happy 4th, everyone. Yeah. Happy 4th to you, Dylan. And this is absolute gold because it does take a lifetime. I guess I'm a second gen in my own way, from a different cult that was very much like the Sea Org in a lot of ways and had a lot of the earmarks that Scientology followed as well. And yeah, I could tell you it is a lifetime process. And y'all are my support system. So I'm healing along with all of you. So we can do it together. Cynthia David, my therapist told me that my trauma doesn't give me the permission to not be a good steward. Yeah. What I always say is a shitty past doesn't give you excuse to be a shitty person. So I try to live by that. You know, I don't use my past to justify not being decent and kind. Oh, Mine Candy, member for 4 months. Thank you so much for being a member for 4 months. Amazing. Thank you for all you do. Peace and love to you all. Yes, peace and love to you all. Cats hate cults. I love it. New member. Welcome, welcome. Yes, I bet cats do hate cults. Yeah, cats have a mind of their own, don't they? So I bet they do hate cults. Oh. Juanita Banana. Juanita Banana. I love it. The good girl. Member for 3 months. Thank you for being you. And thank you for being you, Juanita. Thank you so much. All right. I think Stace Speria, I think maybe her iPad died. So I have a few more here, but Mama Bear. Hey, fellow Mama Bear. Hey there. Sure brings out the Mama Bear in us, wanting to protect the innocent. Much love and peace to you, sweet Marilyn and family from hot and muggy Oklahoma. Wow. Yeah, it's starting to warm up here. Yesterday was really, really nice. The sun, it's kind of overcast and cloudy right now, but hopefully it'll get nice and warm later. The kiddos will be here. So all right, I am still way back in the chat, so I'm going to try to pick out some things to read here. Or we at about 40 minutes. Force of delightful nature. Doug's voice was and still is unique and valuable. Absolutely. Miss him. Yeah. Sir Crepidus, I can live with DOA being around if he would just stop attacking everyone. I don't think he's capable of stopping. Well, he was capable of not doing it. So I think he's capable of stopping, right? Because he wasn't doing it before he was. So hopefully he can stop. And I agree. I think there's room for everyone to protest. I think there's room, he could protest over here as long as he's leaving the second gens alone to protest in front of the human trafficking cult that they were captive at. And they have absolutely every right to be there. Yeah, it's just not okay. I think we've already covered that, right? Yep. Yeah, I hear you guys. I don't want to pop all these up. I don't want to keep adding fuel to the fire. I think, yeah, I think it's been said. So, Jersey Jan, I hated when he started screaming that if we don't stand up with him, then we're his enemies. Seriously. No, we're enemies of Scientology. We're not enemies with the protesters. And Yeah, that's black and white thinking, and that's bullying, and it's ultimatums, and I don't go for it. I don't go for it. James Steele, Marilyn, you can't be weak and take the shit you take. Well, I'll take it. I'll take one for the team, and I felt like it was time to just, yeah, people want me to weigh in. Well, and they want to know my position. Like I said, my position has not changed. I'm for the second gens. I'm for the survivors, and whatever that looks like, that's what I'm going to do. So. Jess, 3675. People say they don't agree or like what he says, yet are the first to watch his lives and clip them and send them to creators to react. How about stop watching and asking others to react? Fair enough. I like that. And that's a great idea. And I don't want to know. I don't want to know. And honestly, the reference to Doug, he just kept bringing up his name, and I don't know. I just think in the context that it was brought up in it was just bullshit. And yeah, I think that was the last straw for me. And Jenna's statement last night. And I listened to it, and that was, yeah, DOA is enjoying his daily hate sharing. Yeah, I can't listen to it. And I'm not going to give him the clicks either. So, yeah. Dora Explorer, I don't think YouTube is a great space to use for healing. That's fair enough. I understand what you're saying. Yeah, I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion. I mean, I don't see it as YouTube is my space for healing. I see it as the relationship that I've made by being on YouTube. And I tell you, I have made some great relationships, and I'll just use two examples right now, Kelly Copter and Liz Gale. I feel like I know them apart from this live platform, and it has really aided in my healing. So thank you, George Massey, SPTV Foundation. There it is, .org. And I have it in the description of the video with that/donate if anyone wants to donate. Granny G, if you lose subscribers over supporting the SPTV Foundation, good riddance. Some people are going to follow the drama. I prefer a community of grown-ups. Rodney. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you for saying that, Granny, because yeah, that gives me encouragement, because it is a little bit scary, honestly, because I don't know. My husband said something very wise about this whole thing. Is he said that you're going to have aggressors, and unfortunately, aggression attracts aggression. So I see a lot of aggression lately, and I see a lot of ultimatums, and I see a lot of like, don't step out of line, or if you support this person, then you're not supporting that person. And it's just this whole thing with people trying to put you in a box and intimidate you. And that's not gonna fly for me. So yeah, if I lose subscribers, it's okay. I'm not here for subscribers. So all right. I'm just reading some stuff. I'm not popping them all up, but Pinche Becky, thank you for standing up to it all. Yeah, and I will do that. I'll stand up for what's right. I mean, I don't like seeing people be bullied. I don't like people being intimidated. I don't, like I said, I don't always agree with what everybody does, and sometimes I open my mouth and I lose friends, and it's like, well, whatever. I mean, like I said, I'm not always right, but I'm always going to be honest. And even if I don't care for something that someone is doing, I will stand up for them if they're being oppressed and bullied, whether I like them or not. So I'm here. And I will stick up for the abuse. And I always root for the underdog. It's probably why I'm a Boston Red Sox fan. I have to be, because I live in New England and I love self-torture. And that's the way it is. That's the way it is. Oh, Blakey, I'm so glad you're here, honey. You're always very, very wise beyond your years. Absolutely. Were you like Buddha or something in a past life? Blake, I just wanted to say this, that I don't want to give up on anyone just because they upset me, worried me, or disappointed me in an instant. I want the greatest outcome for everything and everyone in this community. Absolutely. I 100% agree with that. Yeah. Oh, sorry. I'm just reading these before I pop them up. Yeah, Asen comment, if you are not with me, you are against me, sounds hella cultish. Yeah, the black and white thinking. Yeah, absolutely. Eat more pizza now. Thank you so much for the super chat. I believe that the majority of the community has seen what has recently been done. People are aware. I hope that everyone who needs help gets help. Protect the kids and the elderly. Bankrupt the cult. Let the healing commence. Yes. Yes, please, everyone. Let's do this. Julia D. Villiers, I support you and the SPTV Foundation. Thanks for being brave and standing up against the current bully. So, yeah, I'm for all of the survivors, and I'm here. And we're just going to keep going. We're going to keep being positive. Like Jenna and Aaron said last night, things are better than they ever have been as far as this fight goes. And let's keep going and keep protesting. And everybody is welcome to protest as long as they don't bully each other, hinder each other. So yeah, we don't all have to get along. We don't have to agree. We don't have to like each other, but we're all in this together, and let's just keep going. So, all right, everyone. Thank you so much for being here. And oh, here we go. I'm going to end with this. Joel McCoy. We Cubs have a superpower, kindness. This will be the thing that can end the madness and pain. Yes. Thank you. All right, everyone. If you celebrate 4th of July, have an amazing Independence Day. I'm always here if you need to talk to me. My email is coffeecultsandcrafts@gmail.com. And we'll see you later. Gotta find the outro. Bye. Zenu, Marlene, everybody partake. Cheers. This is good coffee. This is why, my hubby makes the coffee.